Yo, what up, my black and gold faithful? It's your host with the most, Zella AA, back here outside of the BMO, ready to watch LAFC versus Austin FC. And guess what, guys? We've been having a great week. We're still undefeated. We tied 0-0 versus Colorado. I think the team did great away. We did win in CONCACAF Champions League again last year. Dennis Mwanga always coming in clutch. Today's going to be a very good game. We all know ATX is a very good team. It's a rematch of the conference final of last year. So let's see what happens. Let's see what the fans say. But first, let's see what the people of LA got to say. Yo, what up, my black and gold faithful? We here outside of the BMO. I'm here with Carlos, and I got a few questions for him. How you doing today, man?
Good, man. Thank you.
Pretty good, man. We here interviewing fans before the game. So what you think about last week's game versus Colorado? I know we say 0-0. We're still undefeated. How do you think the team performed that game?
I mean, I think they did good coming out with the tie. I was telling my son, I'm like, Colorado's the one that should be, like, bummed out. They should have gotten the win at home. We're the ones, like, having to play during the week, the CONCACAF Champions League, 2 games during the week. So, I mean, if anything, a tie with all these games being played, that's fair. Can't be disappointed.
Well, I'm here with George, and I got a few questions from George. How you doing today?
I'm good. How are you?
Pretty good, man. We here interviewing fans before the game. So what you think about that Colorado game? Obviously 0-0. We're still undefeated away. So how do you think the team performed?
I'll be honest, it was a snooze fest.
Yeah.
It was like, I know they had Champions League probably in their mind, so they probably weren't trying as hard, but it was an away game, so I'm at least happy they got a point away.
Okay. I mean, we're still undefeated, right?
Yeah, we're still undefeated, so not many teams. I think there's like 2 other teams besides us who are still undefeated, so we can still brag about that.
And I got a few questions from Juan. How you doing today, man?
Good, bro. How are you?
Pretty good, man. We're here interviewing fans before the game. So what you think about the Colorado game? Obviously, we get 0-0. We're still undefeated. What you think? How do you think the team performed that day?
I mean, personally, I thought it was a pretty slow game.
Yeah.
But it was like, as long as he keeps us undefeated, I'll take a tie,
Okay. And I got a few questions from Rick. How you doing today, man?
What am I? I'm doing great, man. How's it going?
Pretty good, man. We're here interviewing fans before the game. So what you think about last Saturday about Colorado? We tied 0-0. What do you think about that game?
I guess it was a throwaway game, as everybody was saying, but it's always rough when you go to town. It's been rough the past 2 games going out of town, but, a point's a point.
Okay. Rafa just gave me a beer, and I got a few questions from Rafa. How you doing today, man?
I'm good right here. Chilling.
That's good, man. We're here interviewing fans before the game. So what you think about that last game versus Vancouver? Obviously, we started slow, but we won 3-0. How do you think the team did that game?
I think the team was carried by Boanga straight up. That fool was the only threat every time we had the ball, straight up, yeah.
So can you say Mwanga is our best player right now?
I think so. Attacking-wise, yeah.
Do you prefer him as a winger or as a striker?
As a striker.
As a striker?
Yeah, for sure. Definitely when he gets the ball, it's a big threat, and it has a high possibility of it being behind the net.
Okay. So how'd you feel about that CONCACAF Champions League? We won versus Vancouver. We did get a slow start, but at the end, we still got the result. What you think we did in that game?
Boanga came alive, so that's all we need. As long as he scored, we're winning.
Yeah. So how'd you feel about that CONCACAF Champions game versus Vancouver? We started slow, but we ended up getting the win. How'd you think the team did that game?
So exactly how you said, we started slow, but to finish 3-0,
yeah,
it was pretty amazing. I have a strong feeling we're going to take it all the way.
Really?
Yeah.
So who do you think is going to win? You think Philly or Atlas? Did you see that one?
I saw that one, yes. And with Philly visiting Atlas at home, I think Atlas has a good chance of taking it.
Okay.
Yeah.
How do you feel about us doing versus Vancouver? Obviously, we won 3-0. We did start off a little slow. How do you think the team did that game?
I mean, it's tough because we have so many games. These CONCACAF leagues in the middle of the week. Yeah. It's a bit tricky, so we got to rest the team. I'm curious to see the lineup today, but overall, the performance versus Vancouver was great. Boanga's just solid throughout the entire start of the season, and I'm looking forward to seeing him again.
Vancouver game, obviously, we're up 3-0, so I know obviously we started slow, but what do you think how the team did?
Oh, they did great, man. 3-0 all the way up north in Canada. I think 3-0 is like really good. No away goals. I mean, they scored the 3 away goals. Hopefully, that's enough, 3 goals. But you can never count out a team, though. They always want to come out, strong and win and prove that they could also score 3 goals here. So hopefully, we put another 3 in the back of the net on Tuesday? Tuesday, and yeah, we could play against either Philadelphia or Atlas.
Are you gonna be at the Galaxy game next Sunday?
Maybe, yeah. It gets a little rowdy sometimes, so I come with my son and my daughter. Okay. The last ones get a little bit rowdy, but I mean, I have tickets, but yeah, I think so. I think they're old enough now to be like a little bit more, I guess, kind of like, what was I gonna say? Not to get scared, to get too scared, be like more experienced of what's going on. But yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Our game versus Vancouver, obviously we won 3-0. We did start off a little slow. How do you think the team performed?
First half, I think they were a little flat-footed, but second half we came through and really stuck it out there.
Are you gonna be there next week in Carson versus the Galaxy game?
I sure hope so.
Okay. So are you gonna be there next week at Carson to watch the Galaxy game and the LAFC?
Oh, at Carson, I'm not sure.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if I want to for obvious reasons, but I'm 100% going to be
We
supporting.
gotta take this today.
Okay. And then are you gonna be there next Sunday at Carson watching the Galaxy LAFC game?
No, unfortunately,
No?
I'm not. I got other plans with my family for that day, but you know, we're gonna take that one too, because you know, fuck it. I don't know if I can say it, but you know, fuck Galaxy, bro. You know, we all know what's up.
We'll see.
Are you gonna be there next week Sunday at the Carson to watch the game?
I think I'm gonna watch that from home.
watch it from
I think I looked at ticket prices. I'm like, they're on a strike, but yet their ticket prices are still $100.
Yeah.
I'm gonna watch.
Be
it
there
from
next
home.
week at Carson to watch the LAFC game?
To be determined. I don't know.
You don't know yet?
I live my life week by week.
So are you gonna be there next week at Carson versus the Galaxy game?
Hell yeah.
You gonna be
Yeah,
there?
hell yeah. Hell yeah.
So how long you been an LAFC fan?
I've been an LAFC fan since I was, I don't know if you know the history about LAFC, but I played for LAFC before it became what it is now.
Okay.
Yeah, I used to practice in Pasadena next to the Rose Bowl.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and it was the LAFC Academy.
Oh, wow.
Before it actually became what it is now. After Chivas USA.
So what do you want to tell all these Galaxy fans that say LAFC is just Chivas USA 2.0?
Honestly, LAFC all the way, fuck Galaxy, and we're getting the win today for sure.
All right. Can we actually try a new segment? Does your average Joe know their team? I could ask you about current season, last season, or all-time stats. You think you're up for it?
I could try it, fuck it.
All right, let's do it. How long you been an LAFC fan, man?
I started year 2.
A year or two?
I started year 2, and then I started now. I'm TSG.
Okay.
You know, I'm proud member.
So tell me about that. What is TSG?
TSG, we're based in K-Town,
Okay.
and it's just a bunch of friends. They get along. You know, everybody has their own supporter group.
Okay.
We all just hang out and have fun. You know, support the group, support the team.
Okay. All right, Rick. I got one more question for you. What time did you take your first drink?
Actually, this is my first one.
That's your first one?
My first one, so about 10 minutes ago. You know.
Okay.
I just got to work, so I just got here real quick.
All right. So with that being said, can we try a new segment? Does your average Joe know their team? I could ask you current season, last season, or all-time stats?
Maybe. We'll see.
You want to do it?
Fuck it, let's go.
All right,
let's
been an
do it.
LAFC fan.
Oh, since they started.
What made you choose LAFC?
It was just a perfect opportunity to get more into LA, and I mean football.
Spence, how long you been an LAFC fan?
So I've been a fan since 2017, since I started. Been coming to the bank. I'm an original season ticket holder.
Okay.
I'm obsessed now, man. It's the best atmosphere in the MLS.
Can you explain a little bit more of that? Why do you like LAFC than the Galaxy?
I mean, I'm originally from New York, and I moved here in about like 2014. I'm a Liverpool fan originally, but you know, I just didn't gravitate to the Galaxy. I thought I don't know, something about it didn't seem authentic, and just LAFC coming in, brand new team, doing it the right way. Street like even some of the original kind of like the original like motto they had, like street by street, block by block. Really, it's just resonating with everyone in LA and trying to bring them in and make it like a full total experience. No matter what, if you love soccer, you'll love LAFC.
Okay. All right, Spence. I'm gonna ask him, Spence, one more question before we let him go. Spence, what time did you take your first drink?
I was here at like noon.
Oh shit.
So yeah,
Okay.
I'm getting there. I've had like 3 or 4 beers. I'm ready to get lit.
All right. Can we actually try a new segment? Does your average Joe know their team? I could ask you about current season, last season, or all-time stats. You think you're up for that?
Sure, let's give it a shot.
What made you become an LAFC fan?
Honestly, I went to one Carson game when I was in college, and it was the most boring thing, and I actually swore off soccer. And then my buddy brought me to the first game here, and 15 minutes in the North End, I was sold.
Okay.
That'll be fun.
So how long you been an LAFC fan?
Since the first season, like they started talking about how they were gonna start the team. You know how the first like the beginning colors were kind of black and red when they first announced them. So I got season tickets right when like kind of like the opening. They did the opening for that, and then just pretty much season 1.
Can you say, were you a Galaxy fan first, or did you choose LAFC first?
You know what? I went to Cal State Dominguez Hills as a student, so I kind of was a Galaxy fan because they give us free tickets. They give free tickets. Like, here you go, students, take free tickets. But man, like I told like people, it was never like this. Like I guess they thought you're just supposed to be a Galaxy fan. That's what you're supposed to do just because you're from LA. They never really reached out to like the community. Never really did more like go out like knock on doors and be like, hey, we're here. We got a nice club. We got a nice team. This is a pretty cool experience for kids. I mean, like look at all this. Like it's cool. So yeah, I guess so, but never really like into it.
Yeah.
Stadium's like way I don't know where Carson like. Over there, you gotta take like 3 freeways. Nah, dude, right here, it's
Spencer, and I got a few questions for him. Spencer, how you doing today, man?
I'm good, man. I'm excited. Austin FC, last time we played them 3-0, so I'm ready to go.
So, what prediction you give for that score today? What do you give LAFC?
I'm thinking 3-1 today. I think Austin will be a little bit mad after last year. They'll pop a goal, but we're just on a good streak right now. I think we'll finish off the game.
What do you give tonight? Prediction for today's game? Obviously, a repeat of the conference final, ATX. So, what do you think we're gonna give tonight?
Yeah, maybe like a tie, a 2-1 W. That's the best I can hope at this point, you know? I think Austin's coming. They started kind of slow, but I think they're coming alive.
So, what do you give for tonight's score? Obviously, we're playing ATX, a rematch of the conference final from last year. What prediction you give for tonight?
I'd give it a good 2-0.
2-0?
With the form LAFC season,
Okay.
2-0.
Prediction you give? Obviously, it's a repeat of the conference final of last year. What do you give tonight?
I'll give ATX 1, but we're gonna get 3 or 4.
What do you give for tonight versus ATX? Obviously, it's a rematch of the conference final. What do you give LAFC for tonight?
I'm looking for another 3-0 like last year, straight up. Our last game against them, we won 3-0. I think another 3-0 is for sure.
Playing ATX, a rematch of the conference final. What do you give LAFC tonight?
It's gonna be a close game, but I'm thinking like a 2-1.
2-1?
We're winning. Of course, you know we gotta take this.
Yeah, it's
today.
obviously a rematch out from the conference final of last year. What do you give LAFC tonight?
I think it's gonna be 2-1 LAFC win.
2-1 LAFC?
Yeah, just super chill. Like.
All right, I'm gonna ask one more question so we let Juan go. Juan, what time did you take your first drink?
At what time?
Yeah.
I mean, when it's a home game, it's an all-day thing.
Okay.
So, I mean, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. I started at breakfast. I'm a finish, you know?
So that being said, can we actually try a new segment? Does your average Joe know their team? I could ask you about current season, last season, or all-time stats?
Hit me.
All right, let's do it. Before we let him go, Tyler, what time did you take your first drink?
Oh gosh, I haven't yet.
You haven't yet?
Haven't yet. Gotta finish this guy first.
All right, with that being said, can we try a new segment? Does your average Joe know their team? I could ask you about current season, last season, or all-time stats?
Oh god, I'm gonna be bad at this, but sure.
All right, let's do it. When did you take your first cup today?
What time is it? It's 3:18 at 2 o'clock.
2 o'clock?
Yeah.
All right, guys, we're gonna let George go so you can enjoy the game, man. Austin fan. So, Jonathan, how you doing today, man?
I'm doing all right. My first time in LA. It's pretty
Really?
cool, yes.
You guys drove here, flew out here?
We just flew in this morning.
Really?
Yes, sir.
So, how do you feel about Austin being eliminated from the CONCACAF Champions League versus that Haiti side?
I feel that they exposed our lack of defense.
Yeah.
We had all summer to address that, and it wasn't addressed. And I can tell you that a lot of us fans are not happy about it.
Yeah.
It's nothing that needs to be ignored. Much like in American football, defense wins you championships.
True.
If they can't score, they can't win.
So, what prediction you guys give tonight? Obviously, we're having a rematch from the conference final last year. So, what do you give Austin tonight?
I'm gonna say LA 4, Austin 2.
Really? You don't give your team a win tonight?
I do not have any faith in our defense. I have no reason. They have given me no reason to have faith in our defense.
Okay. So, how do you feel so far about the stadium? How do you like the environment? How's everything right now? How do you feel about it?
We just walked up. I gotta say, it's an impressive stadium.
Really?
Not gonna lie, I love my Q2 a lot better, but no, y'all have a lot to be proud of.
Loki, that's the only stadium I want to visit because I think it's so cool when you guys score and then like the lights turn green for I don't know how many seconds, but I feel like it's so dope.
Yes, sir. No, it's definitely worth visiting, and a lot of the visiting fans, they always compliment us on our stadium.
Really?
Yeah. Please come on out.
So, how often is Matthew McConaughey at the games? Is he usually like there? They put him on the jumbo screen. How often is he there?
I honestly can't answer. I couldn't tell you. Sometimes they may not ever show him, and he might be there. It's only a handful of times though where he's been on the field before the game. Yeah, trying to liven up the crowd.
Okay.
But it's not as often as one might think.
All right, I'm gonna ask Jonathan one more question before we let him go. Jonathan, what time did you take your first cup?
What time did I take my first
Cup, like alcohol drink?
I have not had one yet.
Not one yet.
I am fiending, yes, sir.
Okay. All right, guys, we're gonna let Jonathan go so he can enjoy the game. I appreciate you, man. Tony, what time did you take your first cup?
What time did we eat mariscos at? probably like 2 hours ago.
2 hours ago?
Yeah, 2 hours ago.
All right, guys, we're gonna let Tony go.
Seltzer. La Bodega Brewing Company.
All right, we're gonna let him go so he can enjoy the game, guys. Appreciate you, Tony.